How's everybody doing today? Welcome in, welcome in. Listen, we're not gonna be on here for too long, but we're gonna be here for a good time. I went live a little bit earlier. I talked to some stuff, you know what I mean? Just a cool little conversation, you feel me? Nothing too crazy. Ladies, I see you pulling up in the building. Gentlemen, I see you in the building. Let's have this conversation. I want to talk to y'all about this, man. This shit is crazy, but it's really real. Man, this is, you know, small things like this is why it's so important to make sure that you're experiencing you're experiencing life and that you're actually going out there having a conversation with women. You're speaking with different people. You're able to have a conversation with this person, that person. You're going out there talking to women. You're getting rejected, whatever, like all that. You gotta have all that. And too, I got off a call earlier today with someone that I've been speaking with and assisting with recently. Not necessarily one of my clients, but this is somebody who I've just been helping in here and there. We just been talking. But something this individual told me is something that reminded me of a lot of things that I used to hear a lot when I used to be around a lot of friend groups and when I used to hang out with women that I was seeing and their friends. Because let me tell y'all, bro, women will run game on you. And if she's not doing it, her friends will do it. But I'm gonna let you know a great indicator. What's good, Joseph? I'm gonna let you know a great indicator of that. Shout out to everybody in the building. What's good? What's good? What's good? Let me do this. Hold on. Let me do this. Hold on. Excuse me. One moment, please. One please. Shout out to everybody pulling on the building. Welcome in. Welcome in. Who run? This is a funny question. Men or women? We gotta talk about this, man. We gotta talk about this. This is one of my favorite questions. All right, let's get into this conversation again. I'm not gonna be on here for too long. I got somewhere to be in a few. I'm in and out. Tomorrow might be another short live as well. I'm gonna do my best to not make it short. I'm just gotta keep anything. What's up, Damas? Dalmas? Am I saying it correctly? Let me know if I am or not. It's great to see you. What Jenna? How you feeling? What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome in. Welcome in. Yes, you think. All right, Shiloh. Shiloh says, "Hey, bro, I didn't talk to her today. Yet she was standing right next to me when we were in the podcast studio during the tour. Next time for sure. Mm-mm. You see, listen. I'm gonna point something out. Hey, I appreciate it, Jenna, but I want to point something out real quick, Shiloh. That same behavior is why you're gonna keep pushing things off. Shout out to you, brother. How you doing, Luis? Is it Luis or is it Lewis? Let me know. But Shiloh, I don't want you. Don't get in the habit of being like, okay, next time it's gonna be a next time, a next time. You never want to be one of those type of guys. And I used to have this problem a lot before. But you never want to be those type of people or guys specifically that puts away that doesn't captivate in the moment. I don't know why she had to be right next to me. Don't psych yourself out. You got school tomorrow. Oh man, don't let me keep you up, cause I'm a night owl. I be staying up. Motherfuckers be, you know what I mean? You get staying up and stuff. But don't let that get into your head too much. Why she was next to you, why she wasn't. Maybe she wanted to talk to you. Maybe she does find you attractive. But here's the thing, Shiloh. You never want to be somebody who doesn't at least captivate or do what they got to do in the moment of, I see something, so I want it. This is what it means to seize the opportunity when she's there. And the thing is that this woman is she's in your college campus or she's in your campus regardless. So it's gonna be like you're gonna see her all the time, but don't let that opportunity pass because then she may be someone who's listen. There is a window of a time women will wait for a man to shoot their shot. And I don't know if she feels you. I don't know that. But I'm just in general though. There's always a window for women to know whether they're gonna stay in for this particular time for a man to shoot their shot or they're not. Sometimes some women will do it, but you gotta remember that you gotta strike it while it's hot. And you can't keep waiting because you're gonna leave the You gonna leave the eggs on the stove for the whole time? You gonna leave the pizza in the oven? It's gonna burn, bro. You don't want to let it out. You gotta get it while it's hot, player. There were other students in there. We were just observing how a podcast room works and stuff. You know what you can do, Shiloh? Say you see her again, right? I don't like the whole next time thing because I don't believe in next time. But let's just say, for the sake of this, right, in assisting you, when you see her again, you want to have a conversation, you want to talk to her, tell her, hey, after this, we should hang out in this little spot or whatever, this little area. I know you got some areas in your campus, or you got some nice some socializing places. Tell her, let's go over here. I want to talk with you. What's up? Just do that, right? You guys are just observing, but you can't keep waiting for too long, bro. Trust, because if you do, what if that window was really there? She's not gonna really fuck with it. Damn it, DMT, come on, DMT, hold on, DMT. Let me at least say what I need to say on my live, and then you got it, bro. Um, Mexican peace, call me Luis. Luis, my white black brothers, Luis. Yeah, man, that's lit. That's lit. Get it while they getting it. It's real. Uh-huh. Yeah, you gotta get it while you got to. That goes for anything. But that's why seizing the opportunity is so important, though. That's why seizing the opportunity is real important when it comes to not just women, but in life in general. You got to be able to get that when it's there. And even it, bro. Here's the thing, bro. Do it scared, even if you have to do it scared. But hey, look, shout out to everybody that's pulling up in the building. Hit the like button. You're more than welcome to subscribe. My name is All Star Izzy. Great to see you. I see you in the building. What's up? Come have a conversation. We're talking about dating women, running game. We talking about how to have a conversation with a woman. All that type of stuff, right? Life, really. Because it's really about life. But if you want to talk about some ladies, go ahead and talk about it. You know what I mean? And I don't mind assisting some women that wants to do this and do that. I got you. Um, I wish someone could have been standing between me and her because I was trying to avoid making eye contact with her. Shiloh, see, this is what I need you to do. Do what I said, just about the okay. Let's hang out over here, and then boom, and then say what you need to say when asking her out or being like, this X, Y, and Z, whatever you want in a particular thing. Say that. I know you. I don't want you to keep coming back here and saying this. You said this before, like the avoid to make eye contact and stuff like that. We're slicing off all the extra stuff. We're getting to the center of who Shiloh is. But let's talk about something real quick, y'all. Because as the title says, how to know if a woman and her friends are running game on you. Now let me tell y'all, bro. Women are not dumb. They are very smart, and especially if you are, let's say, you're attractive to them, right? You're an attractive guy, and women are like, I want to be with this guy. You got money, you got resources, materials, and whatever the case is. The thing is, there's gonna be one particular phrase, women that her friends will say to you, right? But this is how you know. Now, I want to say this. I'm trying to say this as careful as I can, because it's not in all cases. It's not in all cases, but this phrase, when her friends tell her, right, or even if your woman says this, like you're talking to a new lady, you're out here dating, and let's say she has her friends around, or you go out somewhere and her friends are there, and they're like, "Oh, this is the guy you've been talking to." First and foremost, I advise you to not meet a woman's friends that you're dating. I don't. There's reasons why. I'm not gonna get too much into the details. If you have a question, put a Q. But just in general, I don't think it's wise for you to meet her friends, to be around a friend group. I don't think it's wise to hang out with her and her friends. There should be a separateness between you and the woman and what you both do in your friend group, right? Unless you're making some plays or calling some shots with it. There's slight things, but just in general, don't do it. Okay. Now, there is gonna be a phrase, but let's say you are around the friend groups and shit. There's a famous phrase women say to men that they're running game on, right? Or they're just, and yeah, they're running game on. Mainly the friends. I mean, birds of a feather flocking together. But let me say this phrase. The phrase is, so when are you gonna pop the question? So when are you gonna ask her out? She's such a great woman. Why aren't you gonna ask her out? Now you may be thinking, okay, wait, hold on. She might be hyping up her friends though, but you gotta trust and believe something, bro. Just because they're saying a thing, and you know she's a great girl. You've been with her. That's why she's there with you. But there's a lot of things to be happening. You got to think too. And now this is not to call out women in particular. I'm not disrespecting women in this aspect for what I say. But the friends, they know everything that's going on. So they hear all the nasty stuff. They send in messages. They get in all types of texts. They see the matches the woman gets, the DMs. Women friends are very close. They're like this. Two peas in a pod, my friend. And one thing about that is that they know that, okay, she wants to get over, let's say, her hoeing around days. All right. She wants to get her hoeing around days as a nice guy, which is you, right? Cornelius, Peter, whatever the fuck. Who is like there. He is attractive to her, and he has a bit of money. Maybe he has some things going on. She could see that. Maybe she does want to settle down. But the biggest indicator to know that she's going to be running game, or that she sees not just she it's not like she's attracted to you, but she's more attracted to what the future you can provide going forward. Now, this has a lot to do with you as well as a man and what you're introducing. That's a big thing too. But I'm going based off if you're still someone who is around, if you're dating a woman and around her friend groups, when they say something like, "Are you gonna ask her out soon? Are you gonna talk? Are you gonna talk to her? Are you gonna say this? You gonna say that?" You know what I mean? There's something in that. Just always keep when you hear that, flare your eyebrows up. Oh, my girl, she needs a good person in her life. Oh, she's such a great woman. I love to see her flourish, and I love to see her get right like this. Same thing for other friend groups. Like, if men are saying that to a woman, listen, I'm gonna say this though. I hear a lot of guys that be like, "Oh, I'm trying to, it's the bro code to hype up the bro." You can hype up the bro in different ways. Listen, when your game is tight, when you're cool, like when you fly, you can do your own shit. You don't need people to hype you up on that. Doesn't say it's okay to not have it, but the thing is just to say that you got to make sure that they don't have to do that, because usually when people are trying to hype other people up to others, they're doing it for there's something behind it. What is it? It's a sneaky way of trying to get into the door of something. It's a sneaky way of trying to be like, oh, trust. Even if you're thinking about, oh, he's this player, he's not. He's really a lover. Whole time you know the ins and outs of the end of what you guys both know. Same thing that comes with women. So you got her friends coming up to you and saying, hey, listen, I think you should pop the question. She's a great woman. You shouldn't wait around forever. And especially if a woman ever gives you an ultimatum, never do that. But I'm saying in this particular case, just remember that. Also, if you are in the building, go ahead and hit the like button. I appreciate it. Thank you guys for the likes. But let's go ahead and get these likes up. Charlotte, what you saying? You say you got Riz. Okay. If you got Riz, then why are you scared? But something else did happen today with girls. Patricia, get your ass on and scroll the fuck up out of here. The fuck is you doing here? I told you stop coming in here, and I told you to pay your rent on time. I'm a landlord. My apologies, y'all. And I told you to do that, okay? Because you're not out here paying your rent on time. You've been waiting for forever. You've been telling me this and that. Come on, pay your rent on time, and we don't have to have these problems, Patricia. One more comment from you that's disrespectful. We're gonna get your stuff out of your apartment, and I'm gonna kick you out of here too. Appreciate it. Two of them in my class said that they like my sweater, and they didn't say it to me. They were talking to each other. Why not just tell me? They could have just been commenting it. See, Shiloh, you thinking too deep into it. You're thinking too deep into what they're saying. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that stuff. Reason why you shouldn't worry about it, because just because they're not telling you, it could be that they feeling you some type of way, but either or not, They're just saying, hey, I appreciate your swag is cool. That don't mean nothing. What the thing that makes most sense is for you to walk up to them and to talk to them if you want to. That's the whole point. Victor, you're out of here, my friend. But that's what I'm saying about this. You're so fixated on what's happening outside of you, though. You're fixated on them talking about you like this, wishing you're trying to avoid the eye contact. Why would she be next to you during observing the podcast? It's all outwards. You don't know any concrete stuff because you're not actually going out there and saying something. And this is another point that I want to bring into this. Cause I was talking about this earlier. Cause I'm about to get off of this in a couple of minutes. But I was talking about this earlier, and I was saying how men need real experience in life. You need to be outside touching grass. You need to be. We can't sit in our heads all day long thinking we know it all, but when it comes to the real life, we're not getting any results of anything. You need to actually be out there and doing something, talking to women or getting to an opportunity. If you want to get a new job, go for it. Have a conversation with the CEO. Go get a mentor if you want to learn something completely different. Go learn about sales if you want to learn about sales. Reach out to somebody. People need to go outside and step out to the grass. How do I know? Because I've been doing that all the time and still do. I was doing that earlier. Reaching out to some managers, I'm emailing some people just to go out to see more or to learn more on certain subjects because I don't know everything. So I gotta learn. I gotta figure it out. I gotta reach out. I gotta put my hand out. Hey, excuse me, how do you do this? Or talk to a woman. Hey, what's up? What's your name? My name is boom, boom, boom. Going from there. Okay, I hear no. Okay, I hear yes, and then I hear yes, and I hear no. That's how it goes. What the hell? What the hell is this person talking to? First of all, hold on. Actually, I want to look at this. This man is actively scamming people in the YouTube comment sections, pretending to offer prizes, investments, or mentorship programs to trick viewers. Do not click any of his links. You know what's crazy? I don't even think I don't even think you can comment links on YouTube. And I don't think it takes you to a direct link. I don't think so. But hey, look, good try though. You did a good one. You did what did they say? They be like, you did your big one type of thing. You did your big one, man. That was a good little comment that you want to drop. I don't need a. That's so fucking funny. Why you take your message back? Damn, we was just having a good convo. What's good, Runts? Why you gotta take your message? I was fucking with that. You know what would be funny about trolls? Cause trolls would say something crazy, and then trolls would be like, they'd be like, damn, didn't get the reaction I wanted. Gotta keep it moving. And I'd be like, damn, what these people? I swear, as far as with just experience, what helps too, and a lot that helped me, as for when it comes to trolls or people that come in here try to troll me or they try to bash me, say whatever the fuck. Y'all gotta realize something. Having a mental strength plays a big part into what comes when you're putting yourself on the internet. I know, yo, Diasha, you missed a couple. My folks, what's good, Diasha? What's good, Jordan? Also my dog Steph Curry dropped 46 tonight. Yes, sir. Shout out to it. Shout out to it. That's what's up, bro. That's what's up. Yes, sir. What's good, man? How you feeling? But anyways, like I have a video out. I think it's from 2 years ago. Um, Hey, Diaja, do me a favor. Wait, don't take them out real quick. Can you click on Gregory's account real quick? And can you see how what you call it? When did he create the profile? Cause some people be like you got a lot of trolls that they got numerous amount of accounts and shit. Why y'all gotta okay, hold on. That's what fags Ronaldo. But that's what I'm saying. Why y'all gotta yesterday? Here we go. Listen, Gregory, if what's good, Void? How you feeling? Yo, listen, stand on your shit. Like you gotta okay, listen, if you wanna be a good troll, keep your comment up. Okay? Like I've met some good trolls throughout this year so far. And I love them, all of them. And I still remember some because I have some written down because I was like, I told them they will always come back. But if you're gonna troll, at least keep the comment up. And then like maybe somebody will ban you more than likely. But at least keep it up, bro. Standing in square. See, this is a part of manhood I teach for trolls, man. Listen. Obviously you're trolling. Look, here we go. Obviously we know you guys are trolling. You guys barely have no life. And you just do this shit for reaction because there's probably nothing going on in your world, so you want to feel some type of way. You want to feel something in your life. You're like, I want a thrill. I want to get a reaction out of something. So yeah, right. So let me tell you. Let me correlate manhood into trolling, bro, and being a masculine person. You gotta stand on everything you say. So also, yeah, I know you trolling and whatever the case is. Just at least do me a favor and just keep it up, bro. It doesn't you don't look like it's I would rather you be a real troll than be a fake troll. Cause then that shows me that at least you gotta pick one side. You're just indecisive and you don't even know what to do. Like you're just like, oh, I'm in and I'm out. It's like you ever get limp when you about to have sex and you're like, damn, I was about to, but then I'm not. Like I'm not feeling it no more. I really wanted it, but now I don't want it. Like I'm all soft. Like you're like soft, bro. Come on, bro. Get hard. Pause. Anyways, let's see. I'm trying to start me a social media page or get into YouTube like you. Just nervous to make the first step. I believe you can do it. Whenever you do it, just let me know, bro. Be like, hey yo, All Star, I started it. And I'm like, that's fly. That's fly. You already know the answer to the first step that you need to do though. You got it in the bag. That's what I'm saying. Like you got it in the bag. Anybody that wants to start something new, it's about just starting it. See, thank you for actually saying that too, Jordan, because that's going back to what I was talking about earlier about real life experience. It was about starting it. Most people, why experience is really good to know stuff. Like okay, first and this is something someone a creator I think was it Supreme. I think it was Supreme. I think he stated something in one of his lives. Shout out to him, but he basically said like if you have low self esteem and you try to go on YouTube and you're wanting to create content and show yourself out, the internet will troll you a little bit. And then when they notice they can take you out your spot and when they notice they can fuck you up mentally, they're gonna keep trying to troll you because they're gonna be like, okay, I'm in his head. That's a lot of the things. So when you're in just like real life can teach you like real experiences, rejection, whatever the case is, it can teach you to have mental strength and to have thick skin. Because if you don't got thick skin, and you don't see that most of these people, they don't, like this dude, little buddy boy over here, don't even have a profile picture. And he probably just created this account 2 minutes ago. But it's just like that. Never take that stuff too serious because more than likely, none of them really have, they're really not able to, they probably can't hold eye contact with a woman in real life. I can handle eye contact with any woman. So what are you doing right now, Shiloh? You know what, Shiloh? What are you doing this Friday? Matter of fact, because in this Friday I'm gonna have a call-in show. I encourage you to call in. I think you should call in. But anyways, going back to the Tyler title of this. Shout out to everybody in the building. Go ahead and hit the like button. You're more than welcome to subscribe. The title of this is how to know if a woman and her friends are running game on you. Is well, firstly, like I said, I don't advise men to go out and hang out with a woman that they're dating and their friends. Don't hang out with her friends. Leave that for her. But also to remember the phrase. So when are you gonna pop the question? When are you gonna ask her out? When are you gonna make her your girlfriend? Or let's say you are the girlfriend, or you guys are already in a relationship. When are you gonna ask her to marry you? So then comes with what? You said I'm not scared of any woman. Now let me ask you, Shiloh. Are you saying this because you wanna? And this is not to be. I'm not being disrespectful in any type of way, right? But I gotta call this out. So are you saying like, yeah, thank you, Diaja. Are these affirmations? Because even if these are affirmations, you need to go backwards, and you need to say that I am scared of talking to women, or I am scared of making eye contact with women. Because if you don't, then what this pattern is gonna do is lie. Because you could say you're not scared of any woman, but if when you see a woman tomorrow that you find attractive and you're like you're avoiding eye contact, we're not being who we actually want to be. You know, we can't be consistent with what we say, but inconsistent with the actions that we create. 1,000. But yeah, so stay away from women's friend groups. Stay away from when you hear that question of are you gonna yo Diaja? Let me ask you something. Have you said this to like a dude, a woman has your one of your friends been dating, or has any of your friends or yourself, whatever, have ever asked like the guy, will are they gonna end up asking her out or something like that? Man, I mm, that's such a deep topic though, because there's so much behind it that most people don't really know. Never, that's not my business. Okay, I like that. So we got. I mean, you don't do it, but there's a lot of people that do it, especially when they're like super friendly. I fuck with that. Same. Me too. Me too. I'm very out the way with it. There are people just like you and me. You feel me? Listen, Charlotte, I know what you're saying. I just it just it doesn't it's not believable to me, my friend. That's all it is. I know what you're saying, but you should just call in Friday, bro, and we should just have a conversation. What's not believable is saying that you're not scared of any woman. Didn't you just tell me this past couple of weeks or couple of days or last week that you were gonna talk to the girl and ask her out or something like that, but you didn't, and you say you'll do it next time? Again, and this is to have a this is a real convo. This is me really asking off of pure curiosity. We can't do affirmations if we're really not that. Yeah. All right, Shiloh. Listen. Yeah. When yeah, just Friday, cause that's all I need. You just need to call in, to be honest. I think you're a little bit all over the place right now, to be honest, and that's not gonna help. You gotta be consistent, 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 consistent. Can't say one thing and do the other. That doesn't help anybody in no place. You doing that misses the opportunity and could potentially miss an experience that she could potentially want for any type of woman. Yeah, for sure. Exactly what it is, Deaja. I'd rather any man that's afraid of anything in life to bring it up in this place. That would be the thing. I like this. Yeah, would I have to be a little tough and show some tough love? Of course, but I'd rather you speak on what scares you here rather than tell everybody. I had to help somebody that, like, not necessarily that one time, but I remember this guy I used to work with a couple of years ago, and he had a girlfriend that worked at the same place. Everybody knew about it, and he used to get trolled a lot about it. Or they used to be like, "Oh, she's with another girl," or no, she's with another dude, and oh my god, and everybody's just trolling him. Or people are asking, "Hey, how's this person? How's that person? Hey, I seen her doing. How you guys doing?" They just making fun of him. And I remember him and I were talking. He was telling me about his last relationship with her, and he said that he was thinking about getting back with her. And I was like, "Well, listen. First of all, you need to stop telling your business to people, because everybody out here is making fun of you." Because he was talking to me about some shit, and I was like, "You need to stop running your mouth and telling people what you want to do, what type of what your next steps are with another girl, and if you are, which I never advise, never date any woman in your workspace ever. To be honest, that's a terrible idea. Never mind, that's a terrible idea. But running your mouth and telling people that, oh, I do this and do that, but It's never gonna help you going in the long run. You got to keep that to your chest or to those you can talk to. No, I know your reason though, Shiloh. I know your reason, and I say this with love. The reason why you don't think that she'll like you is because you probably don't like yourself that much, and you don't believe in yourself, and your self esteem may be low. And I used to be that way at one point, so that's how I know I can point it out. And a woman, listen, I've missed. There's no such thing as missing out on women. You just really miss out on who you could be when you go after stuff. But there was a time I remember where this woman did like me, but because I didn't believe in myself, or I didn't believe I could get this girl, or how could a girl like this get with me? It never really. She did like me, but because of my thoughts and how I felt about myself, correlated to me not ever having getting that with that woman because of that. So when you could think a woman looks good and all, but it's still that these women will. It's more. It's less about with women and more has to do with yourself. What's up, Elena? Are you for real? Got my own radio cover passing Mr. Buddy Stewart. That's true. That's true, Diaja. And two, let me tell you this. See, Shiloh, that's fine. That's great. You got your own radio podcast. That's dope as hell, bro. But at the same time, your radio podcast isn't who Shiloh is. Check me out. Because Shiloh isn't the radio podcast. Does Shiloh have one? Yeah. He owns his own radio podcast. Dope, bro. Amazing. Keep striving. Keep thriving. Hopefully in the future we can collab in like 2 years. I'll get on your radio show. We have a good time. But it's also you don't need to lean on that to be like, well, I have this, so that's why someone should like me. Our self esteem doesn't equate to the things that we have. Our self esteem or value equates to who we are to ourselves that we continue to repeat in action, right? Or pivot to create more. So just keep that in mind because this isn't to tear you down, it's to tear down the that type of thinking or the mindset at least. This is more to build anew, to build where true empowerment can come from, true self esteem. You know, yeah. Cause she rejects me with two of my buddies, then she rejects all three of us. But I'm not doing that, obviously. Yeah, well, that's the thing. You gotta get out the, gotta get out that mindset. What's good, Soren? Hey, Soren. I like that icon next to AP player. What's up, Brody? How you feeling? But that's the thing. See, Shiloh, check me out, check me out. Just as you mentioned the thing with the radio, you mentioned this. It's like the same thing with your friends. You're leaning on something. You're leaning on a crutch. Shiloh, you need to fall by yourself. You need to fall. You've only you've only known me for 2 like 3 weeks. The reason and see I don't know all of you, but your story is very familiar. The reason why I don't think that you like yourself is because you doubt yourself a lot with a woman who could potentially like you. You keep missing the opportunity to talk to a woman. You're avoiding eye contact to talk to this lady. You say you need friends to go to talk to women because just as you stated, if she's rejecting me, she's rejecting all of my friends and stuff like that. That's not gonna help you in the long run. And now and then you talked about the radio station. You're leaning on that to be like, well, why wouldn't no one like me when I have a radio host or my own radio show? That shows that you're leaning on stuff outside of you versus leaning on yourself. That's why I'm saying you don't like yourself in that capacity. Because if you do like yourself, what you do is you won't you won't shy away from eye contact. You won't shy away from talking to women. You won't You won't use external things as a crutch for you to do something about what you want to do in life. Does that make sense? Excuse me, one moment, y'all. My apologies, yeah. I'm just making sure my meeting. Nope. That's usually at this time is where I'm replying back to some things. Speaking of which, if anyone hasn't gotten a membership, go do that ASAP. Go get the membership ASAP. If all was taken away tomorrow, how would you feel about yourself? Real shit. Exactly. Exactly. Things could be taken away all the time. That's happened to me. Well, that had to happen to me a lot before. I was stripped away from shelter, a lot of stuff, things that I used to know, cars, access, and I had to figure out who I was because I had to learn that it's not about these things that are making my self esteem or my value. If I tie myself to it, I'm using it as something. The A great self esteem can still have great materials in this world. Never get that twisted. But it's not coming from a place where I'm leaning on this for it to make me feel good. Me feeling good for myself and doing what I want to do is the result of me getting this good thing in my life. Does that make sense? Shout out to everybody. If you haven't hit the like button, go ahead and hit the like button. We are in a building, man. Listen, let's do this. I think I have a good self-esteem. My buddy, Mr. Stewart, always tells me that I'm a good guy, and I believe that. What's good, Keith? How you doing? I'm doing good. Yeah, I think, yeah, for sure, Elena. I'm pretty sure she'll make her return in the future. Then that's fine. Listen, Shiloh, if you can believe in that, I'm not taking nothing away from you. If that's the side you want to listen to, then that's the side you want to listen to. I'm only going based on everything that you've been telling me thus far for a couple weeks while you've been here. And I'm not being a downer. This is what it means to be real and authentic. What gets to true self-esteem, true value. Cause I'm not taking away. I'm not saying that you're not a good guy. I'm not saying that at all. You seem like a good guy, right? You got your own shit going on. You got your own shit popping. But I'm talking in different aspects in a deeper part of yourself. I'm not talking about the things that you do. But what's good with everybody? We in the building. Listen, going back to the title of this live today, man. How to know if a woman and her friends are running. Elena, actually, let me ask you, Elena, have you ever asked, authenticity is the new sexy? But let me ask you though, Elena, have you ever asked a guy that your friend was dating, when are you gonna pop the question? You ever or has any of your friends ever said that to a guy that you're dating if y'all been hanging around as like a group? That phrase is a big indicator that some women could be running game on you. Yeah. She finally wants to settle, and you're that guy for it. Never be around her friend group though. I don't think men should be around women's friend group. No, you don't recall? Okay, we got some exceptions in here. It's so crazy. Like, maybe it's just the type of crowd that I'm attracting that doesn't really do that. I didn't even gather that before when you asked me. Yeah, listen, nah, cause I was breaking it down earlier. See, listen, I know a lot of girls that do that to certain types of guys. It's like a lot of them know the backstories of these women, and it's not that they're bad women, but they're like, man, this guy's a good guy. He's gonna do it. He's gonna do what she wants, and this is the type of guy she needs to be with, right? She keeps running to all these bad men. You're a good man. When are you gonna pop the question? You need to sweep her off her feet, Peter. Super small. Shout out to the small circles and stuff like that though. Shout out to the big circles, small circles. Make sure you're vetting who comes in your life properly though, for sure. Definitely, that's a huge thing. Seeing who is coming in and out, that's a beautiful thing you got to do. But listen, y'all, I'm about to go and get up out of here. I really just wanted to talk about that. I was having a conversation with someone today that told me about this, and I wanted to speak on it because I think it's important to keep friend groups separate, keep have your own stuff in your own life, and all that stuff. You say you run a different kind of game. What you mean by that? What you mean? What type of game you run? I mean, man, women are so funny, bro. Like I love when women ask me like, do I think I have game, or women say that. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to get on the Discord, bro. I gotta get to something after this. That's why it's a little bit of short live. I got something I gotta handle. But women are so funny, man. They'll when they ask me that question, and it's so funny because women they like try to they're just trying to see what you're gonna say, like, and see how confident or how fast you can say what you gotta say. There's a video that I'm gonna break down. This lady, I forgot what her name was. She came into my live. It was when I was doing the debunking the top 10 hot topics in dating, and she was talking about something, and she was disagreeing with me, and because she kept saying sex is a reward, and sex is not a reward. First of all, don't ever believe that. Any man, any guys, do not do not believe it. Do not believe that sex is a reward. It is not a reward. Because what women are essentially saying is that you're gonna have to go to the full. It's like a full course meal. So you got the first day is breakfast, second day is lunch, third day is dinner, and then cherry on top is the sex. Don't believe that, bro. Trust. Skip breakfast. You ever heard sex before breakfast? Trust me. Don't worry about it. This sex is not. Anyways, she was talking about how it was a reward, but then she was going. We role played because she wanted to role play, and then I said something. She was like, "Oh, you got good game. I bet that works. You must be dating younger girls." But yeah, I can't wait, bro. I can't. Ooh, man, it's crazy. I have so much planned. And I can't wait to get these videos out. Oh yeah, new video. It didn't come out today. One's gonna be out tomorrow though. But check out the new video that I have about the rebellious man. Beautiful video. All right, man. Next time I come back here, what would you have wanted me to do? Well, Shiloh, I think I've been told you a couple of times, bro. And I think you just need to listen to the past lives, man. To be honest. What's good, Gil? But also, you have to let me off the hook a little bit because I told you I took advice from 10 different folks, so it all got jumbled book. Yeah, but that's the thing. This is what's helpful. I'm not mad at you, but I can't let you off the hook because what we do on this side a lot, right? Is that when it comes to the stars, the all stars, when men guys say what they got to say, they got to stick to it, right? And there's nothing wrong with asking for advice, but know who you're asking the advice from. But I'm not mad, I'm not upset, I'm not tearing you down. But what I am saying is that, and I told you that. Remember, you told me, or in here, that you asked like multiple people, and I was like, okay, that's a bad step. You don't wanna have to ask multiple people. Listen, even if you're not asking me, and you're asking one person that you could trust more, then do so. But it would be best to make sure that you're sticking with one thing that you want to actually follow. Be like, all right, this is the one to do it. This is what I need to do. Because advice can come from many places, but you don't want to be indecisive about it. But going back to your last question, you should just listen to the last lives that we talked about, bro. And I even told you earlier in this live too. Just go for it, my dog. Just go for it. Don't overthink about it. Don't psych yourself out. This is just gonna be. You're gonna look back at this moment in like a year. And be like, damn, You was like, damn, I was this pressed over having a conversation with a woman, or this. I was this pressed over making eye contact with a lady. Trust me, It's gonna, or in 6 months. But the things you gotta do is just make sure that you're doing it now. You gotta execute. You gotta seize the opportunity. But listen, I'm gonna get up out of here. To shine within is to shine without. Hit the like button, subscribe. We are out this thing. I'm gonna see y'all soon. I apologize for a little bit of a short live, but I got some things I need to handle. I'm gonna talk to y'all soon. I'll be live again tomorrow. And Friday we got a good show. And then Saturday I'm gonna be on somebody else's platform. So we out here. Thank you. We out this thing.